Nevada might be known for its bright lights and casinos, but lurking beneath that glitz and glamour is a whole lot of history. The neon lights of the Las Vegas Strip may dazzle the eye, but it's the shadows that hold the true mysteries. From haunted hotels to eerie back alleys, the state is a hotbed of supernatural activity. And where there's history, my friends, there are ghosts. Nevada's past is rich with tales of miners, pioneers, and outlaws, many of whom met untimely and often violent ends. Their restless spirits are said to roam the land, seeking closure or perhaps just a bit of company. Lots and lots of ghosts. From the spectral apparitions that haunt old saloons to the ghostly figures seen wandering abandoned mining camps, the state is teeming with paranormal activity. Each ghost has a story, and each story adds a layer to the haunted tapestry of Nevada. I'm talking more ghosts than a buffet at a ghost convention. Imagine a gathering where spirits from all eras come together to share their tales of woe and wonder. It's a spectral party, and everyone's invited. Before we get started, be sure to hit that subscribe button because this channel is full of ghost stories and mysteries. So, are you ready to join me on our third trip to haunted Nevada? Let's get started. Welcome to Screamville. Our first stop of our journey adventure takes us to Fox Ridge Park, a seemingly innocent playground by day, but by night, well, let's just say it takes on a bit of a different vibe. Imagine a playground where the only laughter you hear is the ghostly echo of children long gone. Fox Ridge Park is said to be haunted by the spirits of children who died under mysterious circumstances. Locals whisper tales of seeing ghostly figures darting among the trees, their laughter carried on the wind. It's enough to make you want to sleep with the lights on, or maybe just avoid parks altogether. If I were a ghost, haunting a playground seems like a pretty good gig. Think about it. Unlimited swings, no bedtime, and you get to scare the pants off unsuspecting park goers. But the real star of the show, the main attraction, the piece de resistance of Fox Ridge Park, is the haunted swings. That's right, you heard me correctly, swings. But these aren't your average run-of-the-mill playground swings. Oh no, these swings have a mind of their own. One story of a person who went to visit the park comes from a local named Sarah. She and her friends decided to visit the park one Halloween night, hoping to debunk the ghost stories once and for all. Armed with flashlights and a video camera, they made their way to the swings. At first, everything seemed normal. The swings were still, the night was quiet. But then, without warning, the swings began to move. Slowly at first, then faster and faster, as if an unseen force was pushing them. Sarah and her friends watched in horror as the swings moved on their own, the chains creaking in the silence. They tried to rationalize it, to find a logical explanation, but there was none. They left the park that night, their belief in the supernatural forever changed. Sarah's story is just one of many. Over the years, countless people have reported strange occurrences at Fox Ridge Park. Some have captured eerie footage on their cameras, while others have only their memories to prove what they saw. But one thing is certain, the haunted swings of Fox Ridge Park are more than just a local legend. They are a chilling reminder that some things cannot be explained. Many visitors have claimed to see the ghost of a young boy sitting on the swing set, particularly at night. He is often described as wearing old-fashioned clothing, which adds to the mystery of his presence. Witnesses say the boy appears to be swinging alone on the swings, even when there's no wind or other physical explanation for their movement. Some claim he turns to look at them, while others state he vanishes into thin air upon approach. On rare occasions, visitors have reported hearing laughter or faint whispers near the swings when no one else is around. Several people have reported hearing faint cries or giggles, feeling as though they're being watched, or experiencing an unsettling feeling of unease while in the park after dark. The origins of the ghost boy are unknown, leading to speculation and urban legends. One rumor suggests the boy might have died in or near the park, perhaps from an accident involving the swings or another play structure. Some paranormal investigators propose that the park's ghostly activity might be residual energy, a type of haunting where the spirit unknowingly replays a moment from their life. As with many haunted locations, the legend may have grown from a simple eerie encounter into a widely believed ghost story. Fox Ridge Park has not been widely investigated by professional paranormal groups, but local ghost hunters and enthusiasts frequently visit the site to test its reputation. They use tools like EMF detectors, spirit boxes, and thermal cameras to try to document evidence of the ghost boy. If you're planning to visit Fox Ridge Park to experience its paranormal side, keep these tips in mind. Go at night. Most sightings are reported after dark, though be aware of local park hours and trespassing laws. Bring equipment, cameras, voice recorders, and other ghost hunting tools might help capture evidence. Please be sure to respect the area. Remember, it's a public park frequented by families and children, so keep your exploration respectful and discreet. Fox Ridge Park's reputation as a haunted location continues to draw both skeptics and believers. Whether the ghost stories are real or simply urban legends, the park offers a spooky and intriguing destination for anyone interested in the paranormal. The Las Vegas Strip, a place where dreams are made and lost in the blink of an eye. Here, amidst the neon glow and the clanging of slot machines, shadows lurk in the corners, unseen by the throngs of visitors. The Strip is a place of constant motion, a kaleidoscope of lights and sounds that can be overwhelming to the senses. Yet, if you pause and listen closely, you might hear the whispers of the past, the echoes of those who once walked these streets and perhaps never truly left. Our next stop is the Luxor Resort, a towering pyramid that stands as a testament to both ancient history and modern luxury. This iconic structure, with its gleaming black facade and piercing spotlight, has been a beacon on the Strip since it opened in 1993. Inspired by the grandeur of ancient Egypt, the Luxor is more than just a hotel. It's a journey through time. You might think a hotel this big, this flashy, this Vegas wouldn't have time for ghosts. You'd think they'd be too busy enjoying the all-you-can-eat buffets and Celine Dion impersonators. But as it turns out, even the afterlife has a soft spot for a good craps table. The Luxor, with its opulent exterior, hides a deeper, more mysterious side. While official records are scarce, it is commonly reported that several workers died during the construction due to accidents. Estimates range from a handful to around 10 fatalities. Given the unique sloping structure of the Luxor, falls from heights were a significant risk during construction. Large machinery and tools were essential for the project, and malfunctions may have contributed to accidents. During the early stages of construction, certain sections may not have been fully secured, leading to collapses. The deaths of these workers, combined with the Luxor's unconventional design and themes of Egyptian mysticism, have sparked numerous ghost stories and rumors of the building being cursed. Some employees and guests have reported ghost shadows that are believed to be workers who died during construction. Electrical issues, odd noises, and strange feelings in certain areas of the hotel. The Luxor's design, inspired by ancient Egyptian architecture, posed unique challenges that contributed to the danger. Building the pyramid shape with the inward sloping walls required innovative but risky techniques at the time. 3 years after the Luxor Hotel opened in 1993, the first notable death at the property involved a tragic accident in which a woman fell from one of the hotel's internal walkways. This incident occurred in the mid-1990s and became a key part of the Luxor's unsettling history, contributing to its reputation for eerie happenings. The woman reportedly fell from a high floor inside the Luxor's massive atrium. The Luxor's pyramid shape features open interior walkways that overlook the central atrium, which spans the height of the hotel. It is unclear whether the fall was accidental, intentional, or the result of other factors. Reports have varied, with some speculating it might have been a tragic accident, while others suggest she may have taken her own life. She fell into the public space within the atrium, where guests and staff were present. Such an incident likely caused significant shock and sorrow among witnesses. Guests and employees have reported seeing a female figure in the atrium or sensing a lingering presence in the area where the fall occurred. Some visitors have described feelings of unease or sadness near the location of the fall, attributing it to residual energy from the tragedy. This first death was a turning point in establishing the Luxor's reputation as a haunted location. It marked the beginning of a series of eerie and unfortunate events that many believe have left an imprint on the hotel's atmosphere. Beneath its luxurious surface lies a current of unease, a sense that not all guests checked out on time. The hallways, often bustling with activity, can suddenly feel deserted, the air thick with an inexplicable chill. Some guests have reported seeing shadowy figures in their rooms, figures that vanish as quickly as they appear. The casino floor, usually alive with the sounds of laughter and the clinking of coins, can sometimes fall eerily silent, as if the spirits of the past are watching, waiting. It's said that the Luxor's unique design, with its sloping walls and central atrium, creates a vortex of energy, a perfect conduit for paranormal activity. And so, the Luxor stands, a place where the past and present collide, where the living and the dead coexist, and where the whispers in the shadows remind us that some stories are never truly over. The Luxor Hotel's pyramid design and its association with ancient Egyptian culture have led some people to believe it carries a curse because of its alleged disrespect toward the real pyramids in Egyptian traditions. This belief is rooted in the symbolic importance of pyramids in ancient Egypt, and the way the Luxor Hotel's design and theme may be perceived as trivializing or misusing sacred symbols. In ancient Egypt, pyramids were sacred tombs for pharaohs and a means of connecting with the divine. They were designed with precise astronomical and spiritual intentions, meant to ensure the eternal journey of the soul. Some people believe that replicating such a structure for commercial purposes, like a hotel and casino, disrespects its spiritual significance. The hotel lacks a true capstone at the top of the pyramid, which in Egyptian symbolism represented the completion of the structure and a connection to the gods. Some view this as a sign of imbalance or incompletion, which they believe invites negative energy or bad luck. The Luxor's sky beam, a powerful light projected from the top of the pyramid, is often associated with otherworldly themes or modern interpretations of ancient symbols. Critics argue that this commercialized use of such symbols further mocks their original meaning. Ancient pyramids were tombs associated with death and the afterlife. The presence of a pyramid-themed building in Las Vegas, a place known for indulgence, has led some to see it as an inappropriate or ironic use of a sacred architectural form. Some legends suggest the spirits of ancient Egyptians are angered by the hotel's existence. Critics argue that the Luxor's commercialization of Egyptian imagery for entertainment without fully respecting its cultural significance might invite bad energy or misfortune. Violent crimes, including the 2007 Luxor parking lot bombing and a prostitute strangled to death, add to the many stories of the hotel. The world-famous Tupac Shakur stayed at the hotel the night before he was shot. He had attended a boxing match at the MGM Grand earlier that evening and returned to the Luxor afterward. Many rooms at the Luxor Hotel seem to share a chilling connection. A mysterious blonde woman. While no one knows if her spectral stay is for business or pleasure, one thing is certain: she has a sinister fixation on strangulation. Not her own, but that of any unfortunate guest who dares to sleep in her bed. Countless visitors have reported waking to the sensation of hands gripping their throats, gasping for air, their hearts racing as if on the verge of exploding. When they frantically search the room for an intruder, they find no one there. Strangely, many of these guests recall having the same unsettling dream just before waking, a vision of an unknown blonde woman. What happens if you dream of a brunette remains a mystery. Paranormal encounters at the Luxor seem to be more frequent in the pyramid section of the hotel, rather than in the tower rooms. While the casino aims to take your money, it seems the spirits in the hotel are after something far more chilling: your very life. Even those who don't encounter the Luxor blonde directly report waking up drenched in sweat, struggling to breathe, and feeling their hearts racing uncontrollably. Guests with no history of cardiac issues have even reported sudden chest pains, as though the unseen force is trying to pull them toward their final rest. Other unsettling phenomena include the sound of furious knocking on doors in the dead of night, only for security to confirm the hallways are empty. Shadowy figures linger just at the edge of vision, disappearing the instant you turn to face them. Whatever haunts the Luxor seems intent on ensuring guests neither rest nor feel at ease. It wants them gone. Even the iconic Sphinx guarding the entrance to this massive pyramid feels incomplete. According to ancient traditions, sphinxes often came in pairs, their purpose to guard treasures or entrances. Yet the Luxor's solitary sphinx seems to have left the hotel vulnerable, allowing something sinister to seep in. Las Vegas is no stranger to tragedy, and the Luxor has seen its share. The exact number of deaths in the city's hotels remains a tightly guarded secret, as no establishment wants to advertise its grim past. Guests might think twice about sleeping in a room where a bullet once pierced the wall, or dining in a space where someone ended their life by leaping to their death. Even so, whispers of these tragedies escape, evolving into urban legends. Take, for instance, the infamous room 30018, where a metallic clanging sound erupts like clockwork at 8:30 every morning. No amount of pillows can muffle the noise, and the unseen entity behind it seems determined to drive guests away. At the Luxor, it's not just the opulence that leaves an impression. It's the eerie sense that something unseen is always watching, always waiting, and perhaps always trying to ensure that the living don't overstay their welcome. All right, so we're leaving the shimmering, spooky pyramid behind us. We're heading to a place that practically invented the phrase high roller ghost. Imagine a world where the stakes are always high, the lights never dim, and the spirits of the past linger just out of sight. This is the essence of Las Vegas, a city built on dreams, fortunes, and sometimes the darker side of ambition. That's right, we're talking about the Flamingo, a Vegas institution with a past as colorful as a sequin tuxedo. The Flamingo isn't just another hotel on the Strip, it's a living, breathing piece of history. From its neon lights to its vintage charm, every corner of this establishment tells a story. This place has seen it all: love, loss, and probably enough spilled cocktails to fill an Olympic-sized swimming pool. The casino floor buzzes with energy, a cacophony of clinking glasses, shuffling cards, and the occasional cheer of a lucky winner. But beneath the surface, there's a sense of something more, something that whispers of the past. Before Bugsy Siegel's involvement in what would become the Flamingo Hotel and Casino, the property was owned by Billy Wilkerson, a notable figure in the entertainment industry. Wilkerson was the founder and publisher of The Hollywood Reporter and a prominent nightclub owner in Los Angeles. He had a vision of creating a luxury hotel and casino in Las Vegas that would appeal to the Hollywood elite, combining high-class amenities, entertainment, and gambling in a lavish setting. In the early 1940s, Wilkerson purchased a 33-acre piece of land on what would later become the Las Vegas Strip. His dream was to build a world-class resort unlike anything the city had seen before. Wilkerson began construction on what he called the Flamingo, named after his girlfriend, whose legs he affectionately compared to those of the bird. However, Wilkerson faced financial challenges as construction costs spiraled out of control. Unable to complete the project, he turned to the mob for additional funding. Enter Bugsy Siegel, who took over the project in 1945. Siegel and his criminal associates bought out Wilkerson's interest in the Flamingo, though Wilkerson initially remained involved as a consultant. While Siegel is often credited with building the Flamingo, it was Wilkerson's original idea and design that laid the groundwork for what would become one of the most iconic hotels in Las Vegas. Despite being pushed out of the project, Wilkerson's contributions to the Flamingo's vision remain an integral part of its history. Beneath the glitz and glamour lurks a darker history, one whispered in hushed tones by bellhops and blackjack dealers alike. These stories, passed down through the years, paint a picture of a time when the lines between right and wrong were often blurred, and the pursuit of power could lead to one's downfall. We're talking, of course, about Bugsy Siegel, the mobster with a penchant for luxury who built the Flamingo. Bugsy wasn't just any gangster. He was a visionary, a man who saw the potential of Las Vegas long before it became the entertainment capital of the world. His dream was to create a paradise in the desert, a place where the rich and famous could escape and indulge in the finer things in life. He's like the patron saint of haunted hotels, and trust me, this place is lousy with stories about him. From ghostly apparitions to unexplained phenomena, the tales of Bugsy's lingering presence are as numerous as they are chilling. Some say he watches over the hotel, ensuring that his legacy remains intact. Now, Bugsy poured his heart, soul, and probably a few million illicitly gained dollars into this place. The construction of the Flamingo was no small feat. It was a labor of love, a testament to Bugsy's determination and ambition. Every brick, every beam, every lavish detail was a reflection of his vision. So, it's only natural that he'd want to stick around and see how his investment was doing, right? After all, the Flamingo was more than just a business venture for Bugsy. It was his dream brought to life. And dreams, especially those built on such a grand scale, have a way of leaving an indelible mark on the world. Except, he wasn't exactly given a choice in the matter. Bugsy's life was cut short in a violent and unexpected manner, a stark reminder of the dangers that come with a life of crime. His death sent shockwaves through the underworld, and his story became the stuff of legend. You see, Bugsy met an untimely end, courtesy of a few well-placed bullets, a fate that befell many in his line of work. The crime scene, with its shattered glass and blood-stained walls, stands as a grim testament to the violent world Bugsy inhabited. But even in death, his influence on the Flamingo and Las Vegas as a whole cannot be denied. And some say his spirit never quite checked out of the Flamingo. The stories of Bugsy's ghost are as persistent as they are eerie, with guests and staff alike reporting strange occurrences that defy explanation. It's as if Bugsy's restless spirit continues to roam the halls, forever tied to the place he created. Like that one friend who overstays their welcome on your couch, Bugsy's presence is both familiar and unsettling. He lingers in the shadows, a constant reminder of the hotel's storied past. But instead of eating all your snacks, he's allegedly moving furniture and flickering lights, making his presence known in subtle yet unmistakable ways. Guests have reported seeing a shadowy figure resembling Bugsy in his old suite, usually around 3 a.m., a time when the hotel is at its quietest, and the veil between the living and the dead is said to be at its thinnest. These sightings, often accompanied by a sudden drop in temperature or the faint smell of cigar smoke, add to the hotel's mystique, which is, coincidentally, the same time I get up for a late-night snack. There's something about the stillness of the early morning hours that makes even the most mundane activities feel a bit eerie. Whether it's the creak of a floorboard or the flicker of a light, the mind can't help but wander to thoughts of the supernatural. Is it the ghost of a notorious gangster, or just the minibar calling my name? The line between reality and imagination blurs in the dead of night, and the stories of Bugsy's ghost only add to the intrigue. Whether you're a skeptic or a believer, there's no denying the allure of a good ghost story, especially one set in a place as iconic as the Flamingo. The Flamingo, with its rich history and lingering spirits, remains a testament to the dreams and ambitions of those who built it. It's a place where the past and present coexist, where the echoes of history can still be heard in the laughter of guests and the clinking of glasses. So, the next time you find yourself wandering the halls of this legendary hotel, take a moment to listen. You might just hear the whispers of Bugsy Siegel reminding you that in Las Vegas, the past is never truly gone. Now we're moving over to Mount Wilson Ranch, a place steeped in the rich tapestry of the Old West. This ranch isn't just a relic of history, it's a living, breathing testament to the rugged life of cowboys and pioneers. This place is practically oozing with history, and I'm not just talking about spilled sarsaparilla. Imagine walking through a vintage Western saloon, where the air is thick with the scent of aged wood and the faint sounds of a piano playing in the background. They say it's haunted by cowboys, which, let's be honest, is the most cowboy way to haunt a place. Picture ghostly figures in wide-brimmed hats and spurs, wandering the dusty streets of this old town, forever tied to their Wild West roots. Forget Casper. We're talking tough-as-nails boot-scoot inspectors here. These aren't your average friendly ghosts. These are the spirits of men who lived and died by the code of the West, and they're not about to let go of their territory. The ranch dates back to the late 1800s, during the height of Nevada's silver mining era. It served as a vital stop for stagecoaches and weary travelers, offering food, shelter, and a place to rest in the remote Nevada wilderness. Its strategic location made it a hub for miners, cowboys, and settlers traveling to and from nearby mining towns. Pioche, located nearby, was one of the roughest and most lawless towns in the Wild West. At its peak, the area was home to numerous silver mines, and Mount Wilson Ranch played a role in supporting the local economy. It was rumored that the ranch was also a hideout for outlaws, adding to its mystique. In more recent years, the property gained notoriety for its association with UFO research and the paranormal. It was once owned by Robert Bigelow, a billionaire known for his work in UFO investigations and founder of the National Institute for Discovery Science, NIDS. During Bigelow's ownership, researchers explored claims of unexplained phenomena, linking the ranch to a broader network of high-strangeness sites like Skinwalker Ranch in Utah. Like many historic locations in the West, there are rumors of untimely deaths and violence that occurred on or near the property. These tragic events may have left an imprint on the site. The paranormal mysteries at Mount Wilson Ranch began when the location was being scouted for Ronald Reagan's Star Wars MX missile program. While the area was being researched as a potential spot for a missile, the team instead encountered a trove of ancient archaeological finds. Several locals have reported that the missile program was halted, and a research team from California was instead brought in to handle the findings and artifacts. It is said that truckloads of bones, artifacts, and items were found. When the archaeology team was busy removing artifacts from the ranch, many paranormal events began to unfold. One archaeologist stepped outside the front door of the cabin and encountered the ghost of a shaman Native American that disappeared in front of them. This initial sighting was only one of several to follow that include encounters and sightings with the caretaker of the property that lived thereafter, and even Bob Bigelow himself while sleeping in one of the rooms of the hotel across from the old saloon. Bigelow claims he awoke during the night to the apparition standing over him next to the bed. Other guests have slept in the room and reported paranormal activity, including wall knocks, banging on the ceiling, doors slamming shut, sinks turning on by themselves, sightings of shadow figures, and even sightings of orbs of light. The caretaker of the property, Donna Bardeen, reported finding several artifacts on the property, as well as having encounters with extraterrestrial beings. One was a tall figure that was accompanied by two smaller entities. These beings, along with the shaman ghost, seemed to haunt the ranch and several of the locals, including some prominent members of the community who have reported abductions and sightings in their own homes and backyards. The old saloon is a hotspot of paranormal activity. The saloon was also investigated and appeared on an episode of Ghost Adventures. The saloon and attached grand fireplace hall, as well as the dining room, all have had frequent sightings and paranormal encounters. Several guests see shadow figures and full-form apparitions that move across doorways and down the halls. Some appear in the reflections of the mirror behind the saloon bar and then disappear. Visitors to the ranch have seen glass cups float across the saloon and smash into the mirror, then get up to run to see the damage only to find nothing really happened. Figures dressed in pioneer and mining-era clothing are seen moving across the doorways, in the men's bathroom, and a woman standing in the kitchen that vanishes. The old settler's cabin in the lower meadow near Craw Creek is one of the oldest buildings on the property and used to house the original settlers and miners who were waiting for the local stagecoach coming to and from Pioche. The adjacent bunkhouses are interesting transplant buildings that were originally army barracks brought in later. People staying in these rooms report hearing the sounds of people talking outside as if they are waiting for the stagecoach, but then don't see anyone there. They report smelling coffee brewing and the stink of bad cigarettes that suddenly fades and leaves. Many people get the feeling of psychic cobwebs that flow across their skin and through their bodies as if something is moving through them, or often running up behind them. One guest claimed aliens visited her at Mount Wilson Ranch as one of the most compelling tales tied to the ranch's paranormal and UFO lore. The event allegedly occurred when a guest at the ranch, a woman who had been staying in one of the cabins, reported waking up in the middle of the night to find strange beings in her room. The woman described the beings as humanoid but distinctly non-human, with large almond-shaped eyes and an otherworldly presence. Their movements were described as smooth and deliberate, and they communicated not through words but seemingly telepathically. She reported feeling paralyzed during the encounter, unable to move or speak, a sensation commonly associated with alien abduction experiences and sleep paralysis. Some accounts suggest she felt a strange vibration or humming sound in the room. The woman claimed to have experienced a loss of time, with her memory of the night being fragmented and unclear after the beings left. She later noticed unexplained marks or bruises on her body, which she could not account for. Other guests and investigators at the ranch have corroborated her story to an extent, reporting unusual phenomena in the same cabin or general area, such as strange lights in the sky, unexplained noises, and feelings of being watched. During Robert Bigelow's ownership of the ranch, reports of UFO activity and alien encounters became a focus of study. The ranch was seen as a site where interdimensional or extraterrestrial phenomena might manifest. Paranormal researchers have noted strange electromagnetic readings in the area, which some believe could explain why such encounters occur there. These anomalies might interfere with human perception, contributing to vivid experiences like the woman's alleged alien visitation. Nevada is home to several areas with reputations for UFO sightings and alien encounters, including the infamous Area 51. Some researchers speculate that Mount Wilson Ranch lies within a paranormal corridor, a zone of heightened activity. Supporters of the woman's story argue that her experience is consistent with numerous other reports of alien encounters and abductions worldwide. They believe the ranch's unique energy or its connection to Native American lore might play a role in these events. Skeptics suggest that the woman might have experienced sleep paralysis, a well-documented phenomenon where individuals wake up but cannot move and often hallucinate vivid and terrifying images. Regardless of interpretation, the woman's story remains one of the most intriguing accounts from Mount Wilson Ranch. and continues to draw interest from UFO enthusiasts, paranormal investigators, and curious visitors alike. It adds to the mystique of a location already rich with strange and unexplained phenomena. All right, on the last stop of the day, we're about to enter the belly of the beast, Zach Bagans' Haunted Museum. This place is like the Louvre of the haunted object world, except instead of priceless paintings, it's got demonically possessed clown paintings. It's enough to make you sleep with the lights on for the rest of your life. But hey, who needs sleep when you have crippling existential dread, right? The building itself dates back to the 1930s and was originally the home of Cyril S. Wengert, a prominent businessman and banker in Las Vegas. The mansion reflects a classic 1930s architectural style and has long been rumored to be haunted even before Zach Bagans acquired it. Over the years, local legends claimed the property was a hotspot for paranormal activity. Reports of ghostly apparitions, strange sounds, and an overall sense of unease were common from previous tenants and visitors. Some speculate that the mansion's location or past events might have contributed to the haunting. Zach Bagans transformed the mansion into a museum to house his extensive collection of paranormal artifacts. His goal was to create an immersive experience for visitors while showcasing items connected to hauntings, curses, and true crime history. Bagans personally curated the collection, obtaining items from around the world, many of which have dark and sinister histories. Since its opening, the museum has gained a reputation as one of the most haunted places in the United States. Visitors and staff frequently report paranormal activity, including sudden cold spots, disembodied voices, and unexplained physical sensations. The Haunted Museum in Las Vegas, Nevada is a hub for paranormal enthusiasts and home to a vast collection of haunted and cursed objects. Opened in October 2017 by Zach Bagans, the host of Ghost Adventures, the museum is housed in the historic Wengert Mansion, which adds to its eerie allure. The building itself dates back to the 1930s and was originally the home of Cyril S. Wengert, a prominent businessman and banker in Las Vegas. The mansion reflects a classic 1930s architectural style and has long been rumored to be haunted even before Zach Bagans acquired it. Over the years, local legends claimed the property was a hotspot for paranormal activity. Reports of ghostly apparitions, strange sounds, and an overall sense of unease were common from previous tenants and visitors. Some speculate that the mansion's location or past events might have contributed to the haunting. Bagans transformed the mansion into a museum to house his extensive collection of paranormal artifacts. His goal was to create an immersive experience for visitors while showcasing items connected to hauntings, curses, and true crime history. Bagans personally curated the collection, obtaining items from around the world, many of which have dark and sinister histories. Since its opening, the museum has gained a reputation as one of the most haunted places in the United States. Visitors and staff frequently report paranormal activity, including sudden cold spots, disembodied voices, and unexplained physical sensations. The museum's haunting reputation stems largely from the artifacts within it, many of which are said to carry residual energy from their dark histories. The Dybbuk box, known as one of the most haunted items in the world, the Dybbuk box is a wine cabinet said to house a malevolent spirit. Its origins trace back to Jewish folklore, and its cursed history includes claims of misfortune and death for those who come into contact with it. Peggy the doll. This doll is believed to cause severe physical and emotional distress to those who interact with it. Visitors have reported chest pains, nausea, and even hallucinations after encountering Peggy, Dr. Jack Kevorkian's van. The museum features the actual van used by Dr. Jack Kevorkian during his assisted suicide procedures. Many believe the van carries the energy of those who died inside it, the Devil's Rocking Chair. This chair is linked to the infamous 1980s Devil Made Me Do It case involving Ed and Lorraine Warren. The case inspired the film The Conjuring 3. The chair is said to move on its own and has been associated with violent reactions from visitors. Charles Manson's ashes items connected to Charles Manson, including a painting mixed with his ashes, are said to exude a deeply unsettling presence. Visitors often report physical reactions to the museum's artifacts, such as nausea, dizziness, or feelings of dread. Staff members have shared stories of shadowy figures, unexplained noises, and objects moving on their own. Zach Bagans himself claims to have experienced terrifying encounters while handling or displaying the objects, further cementing the museum's reputation. The Haunted Museum has become a pilgrimage site for paranormal fans and skeptics alike, appearing on multiple television shows and gaining notoriety in the paranormal community. Its blend of history, horror, and the unexplained keeps its legend alive, making it a must-visit destination for thrill seekers. Well, that wraps up our whirlwind tour of haunted Nevada. We've seen spooky swings, ghostly gamblers, and enough haunted objects to make your head spin. Thanks for joining us on this haunted tour of Nevada. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And remember, if you ever visit these places, keep an eye out for anything unusual. And if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching.